Hi, warm welcome, good afternoon, it's Dean from Mathstar. Just looking at this caught my attention over the last few weeks. It can't be blamed on just Japan dropping their interest rates, because as you can see, we're looking at 12 months worth of data of the US dollar continuously dropping. And over the last 5 days, we've seen a significant drop now. Is it the end for the dollar? I don't think Americans understand that they are going to be worse off than anybody else in the world, simply because their dollar status was the world, most used currency. Let's say that. But I'm no economic expert, but I did say to people, if you're living in built-up cities, a good year ago, let's say easy a year ago, then it would probably be better to sell that property for not just the reason that the dollar's tanking or would tank, but for all the other things that are happening around the world, like the fraud with CO2 being blamed for climate change. Absolute ridiculous. We live in a time and a day and age where the truth doesn't really matter if you speak it. Okay, yeah, you're going to get punished terribly if it starts hurting economic systems, but the truth is no longer worth anything anymore to anyone. But the reality will be soon for many Americans, because the BRICS nations are going to be using their own currency very shortly, and all those current other countries around the world that hold dollar reserves are going to be ditching them like crazy. And what does that mean? It means trillions and trillions of dollars are coming back, if not already on its way, back to the coastline of America. And that, any economic expert will tell you, would lead to inflation or hyperinflation. And you're already seeing a taste of that right now with the cost of living crisis in the US. But I don't think you completely understand that what is going to happen to Americans is going to be significantly worse, because they have the world's reserve currency. They're the big boy, and at the moment there are more than one country ditching the dollar faster than lightning, or faster than British Airways. But just look at it over a year, how the dollar is dipping, and we've not seen it recover at least since October last year, 2023. Since then, it has continuously declined right to the present day. Again, I think there's still time to get out of your property with a reasonable amount of money. But if you leave it in there, leave your property there, you'll have somewhere to live, as long as you haven't got a big mortgage to pay. You will have somewhere to live at least, but the value of the property won't be anything near what it is now. And I said this over 12 months ago. Start thinking about getting a homestead somewhere. If you live in New York, and any other big city in the United States, I really don't think you understand what is coming. I do not believe that people that live in these cities understand what is coming. It's not just economic problems. We're already hearing the stories, what's taking place in America, with gangs driving around, stealing just people's shopping. I was listening to a guy this morning who'd spent $250, and they said, what's going on, when his partner walked out the shop with just 3 ordinary carrier bags of food, because the inflation is at that point already where the prices of food are just astonishingly high. Maybe if you didn't take my what I was talking about a year ago, I'm not going to say I'm advising you to do anything, it's up to you, but clearly I was right on this, and I can guarantee you I'll be right on saying that them dollars are on the way back to the shore. And just like any commodity in this world, when it is ample in supply, its value is rock bottom. Then think about that. Countries that own reserve currency in dollars are ditching them. So where are all these dollars coming back to? That's right, the United States of America. just thought I'd drop that in there, guys. You know, it's obviously caught my attention. I've been watching what's been going on in Israel with Iran and Lebanon and Syria, and following on Flight Trader or Flight Tracker, and you know, just watching what military assets are in movement over there. Because when you start to see things like, you know, air refueling tankers up in the air, well, obviously they're refueling fighter jets. And one thing to look at, if you're interested in watching what's going on and when Iran might strike, if they do, then just wait for the you know, the commercial aircraft, the civilian aircraft over Iraqi airspace just clear, like we did in April, was it, when they launched 350 missiles and drones into Israel. But this has caught my attention because at least for the last 5 days the US dollar has dipped, and as of yet not recovered for the last 12 months at least. So, you know, just putting a heads out, hope, you know, for you guys in America, you know, across the pond, as we will say, you know, just be aware that this situation is not at equilibrium yet. It's not getting better. And you know, it's like the government over there are gaslighting all its citizens by saying, I know it feels bad, but it's not the case. It's not that bad, but I know you feel bad about it, and you know, the cost of living is having a hit on you and your family, but it's not the case. They're just gaslighting everybody over there. It's a wonder there hasn't been millions of people take to the streets about this. And you know, is the ironic thing about all this is that just like America, the UK government are doing it as well. You know, I know that there are many countries, this is a global problem, maybe this is all done by design to bring in, you know, the new digital currency, but I'll just say this, that all countries at the moment seem to be suffering this, all in Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, you know, but America, there's something unique about them, and that's because they have got the global currency and more of it out there. So, you know, just thought I'd mention that to you. You know, eyes open, stay awake. Bye for now.